Well, let's examine this issue a little bit further. And I'm now being joined live from our Abuja studios by retired Air Force officer, Air Commodore Darlington Abdullahi. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us on the News at 10. Security, no doubt, has been one of the major challenges we are currently facing in this country. But what's your assessment of this situation to this point? Despite looking at what the government has said it has done so far to try to tackle the issue of security?
Yeah, thank you very much. A great pleasure to be here. In 2018, or rather, one can say that 2018 has gone down as a year that some of the gains that were made at the beginning of this administration in terms of security started losing them, started deteriorating. This is most unfortunate as a lot of security challenges came up. For instance, the issue of the herdsmen, farmers clashes, even overtook the Boko Haram issue, terrorism, in terms of the number of deaths that were recorded during the year. Also, we are in an era now of unknown gunmen all around with so much killings, and also the issue of the Shiites, the Islamic movement of Nigeria, the Shiites issue that needs to be properly managed, because that's also an issue that is still that should be looked at very seriously, because it could degenerate into greater problems as time goes. But so far, I would say that most of the gains we made in the area of security, we started losing them due to a series of issues that would require serious attention in terms of the strength of the personnel in the field, the equipment, the funding, which has been an issue and been highly politicized, and also in terms of boosting the morale of the troops. I know a lot has been done in that area, but we must be careful about the.
My apologies. One other thing,
protection of the bases. Yes.
If you could just hear me, so we can have a back and forth discussion, if you will, please.
Yes.
The government has also claimed that Boko Haram has been technically defeated. Do you agree with that claim, given the recent upsurge in that northeast area where we've seen repeated attacks? Or is this a stalemate between the government and the deadly Boko Haram sect?
Well, there's no doubt that we made gains. They were degraded at a point. But in recent times, the situation has changed because the Boko Haram members are no longer concentrated in areas where they were originally, that made it easier for the troops to close in on them, or the Air Force to carry out bombing runs and all that on such locations. Now they are within the people, scattered all over the places, and it has become so difficult to identify them, separate them from the peace-loving people that in the areas there. And people also probably have problems, reporting them for fear that they might be victimized in those areas. So we're talking in terms of strategies now, having to critically look at the strategies we're adopting in dealing with the situation. Talking in terms of the strength of the troops on ground, because as they are widely dispersed, so the troops also need to be dispersed, and that makes it very difficult for them to cope with the situation if not properly, if they're not properly equipped. Technology-wise, of course, to assist them in dealing with the situation.
So at this point, if I will just say, kidnapping and armed banditry have been on the rise, especially in the northeast. But what are the best strategies, would you say, to deal with this situation? Well,
this is we cannot separate this from the issue of the economic situation in the country. There's kidnapping for ransom could be largely tied to the deteriorating economic situation. You've heard of the increasing level of poverty in the country, and when people get pushed to the wall, they go around looking for how to make a living, force a living from from others. So kidnapping could be on the rise as a result of the issue of rising poverty. We need to create jobs for people. We need to ensure that a lot of people are adequately taken care of, and to keep them away from the issue of kidnapping. The police has been quite, well, I would say effective in the area of post-incident arrests and all that. But the issue is, what are we doing in terms of prevention, conflict prevention, crime detection, even before they are carried out? We've been told about the arrests that have been made, about those that killed Air Chief Marshal Alex Bade. But, what are we doing? We're talking about crime prevention. This is very important, and we need to look critically at this area. And that's to say that even the police themselves have a major problem with strength as well.
That's a good place to let it rest. Air Commodore Darlington Abdullahi, a retired Air Force officer. Thank you so much indeed for talking to us on the News at 10.